If you are a teacher who works with students who are Medicaid eligible, the special education department may ask you to submit some Medicaid billing information. And we use a system called MSB Connect in order to do that. Now you'll notice that on the CFB portal page, MSB Connect is not listed. It's only for special education staff, and so you may want to, like I have up here, create a bookmark so that you have easy access to it, because you will need to access it at least once a month. And they prefer that you do it more frequently than that, but you will need to submit your billing information at least once a month. So it's going to be something you use all year long. So I'm going to go to my msbconnect.com bookmark. This is the address up here that you'll need in order to access that website. You're welcome to read through all of these menu items up here. It's mostly information about the company that supports this program for us, but in order to access the program itself, you just want to come over here and click on Login. Now, you will use your district's email address to log in, but your password may be different. When you have training at the beginning of the year, they may establish a different password for you than you would use on your teacher workstation. So you just make sure that you recognize that this is not the same as you would use for your email, for your teacher workstation, for Teams. It's a different username and password combination. So this is the main screen for MSB Connect. Up here you'll see it should say your name and have a button here to log out. You do want to make sure you log out when you're finished, because the information within the system is super confidential and you don't want anybody to have access to that if you are away from your computer. So logging out in MSB Connect is very important. Now in this video we're just going to go over some of the basic features of MSB. I'm not going to teach you yet how to add students or create sessions or actually log your billing hours. This is just where things are located, and subsequent videos will address some of those other things that you'll actually need to do within the program. So let's look up here at this top menu. Right here you see a little guy. This is a profile option here, a profile menu option, and when you click on that, it's going to bring up a, well, I'll show you, a screen that you can customize. You are welcome to add additional information if you'd like to. I believe they require you to add your security questions when you sign up for MSB Connect. And you know, of course, you'll want to have your name and your email address up here. I chose not to put my phone number in, but you can if you'd like to. That's the profile. You're not going to spend much time here, but you may want to set it up when you first get started. Okay, the home right here, the little home icon, will bring you back right to the screen where you first were when you logged in. Now, as you click around in the program, you'll see that some of the screens look a little bit different. If you want to get back to the calendar screen, you're going to come over here and click on the little button that looks like a calendar, and that will bring you back here. So those are really the three menu options up here that you'd like to, or that you may feel like you need to address. You can access their help files, and it opened up in another window over here. There's a live chat feature, and I have used it. They are very good about getting in touch with you very quickly. You can call them, or as I'll show you in a different video, there are video tutorials available through the site that are super helpful. They are great. So if you get stuck, that may be a place where you want to go, especially if you're stuck after normal business hours and you don't necessarily want to call the special ed department, or you don't want to call MSB. So video tutorials, we'll go there later. So then over here you have some more options. This one, if you hover over it, it says it's adding a student. So right now my student list, which would be over in this left hand corner panel, is empty. I don't have any students. In order to create sessions and bill for Medicaid, I'm going to need to have students. Now, it's recommended that you add all of the students that you have in your class, because MSB will actually filter out which students are eligible each month when you do your billing, and you won't have to worry about figuring out that information. So just add everybody and add everybody to the sessions, and then let the program do all the hard labor figuring out, okay, well, this kid was eligible last month but not this month, and it's much easier and much less paperwork for you if you do it that way. So you will want to go ahead and add students using this button right here. This is a button for reporting progress. Now, we use Special Ed Manager and CFB to report progress. MSB offers that option, and I suppose you could take advantage of it, but then all that information will need to be transferred into Special Ed Manager if that's how you choose to record your progress for your students. This button's super important. This is your report generating button. So at the end of the month, before you have to turn in your Medicaid billing, this is where you will come after all of your sessions have been completed and you have submitted them. You'll click on this button right here, and it will take you to a screen where you look at all of the completed sessions and you confirm them and you generate a report, and that report is submitted to the special education department. That's what they use to actually complete the billing process for Medicaid. Okay, now I'm on a different screen, so in order to get back to that home screen, I can either click home or I can click on the calendar. Over here you have another menu. There are three main menus really in in MSB that you need to know. This is a variety of calendars. Okay, right now I have it looking at the personal calendar, where you can add sessions, you can add school events, or you can add personal events, like, oh, I have a doctor's appointment that day, so, you know, a different person may be working with this student. I haven't spent a whole lot of time using this. I find that I really just use MSB to take care of the Medicaid situation. You know, we have Outlook that everyone in the district uses for calendars, and some people use Google Docs, or rather Google Calendar for managing their appointments and that sort of thing. And so to have another calendar may not be as useful as MSB thinks it is, but it is an option for you if you want to keep track of that information within this system as well. So to get back to the home page and the main menu buttons, we're going to go to the home. If you have created sessions and those dates have passed, but you have not yet confirmed that the sessions took place, you will have what's called unposted sessions. Posting is like a finalization of a session. So if you created a session for, let's say, you know, 4th period math, then you wanted that to happen every single day, every, you know, school day, and then you just let a whole week go by without finalizing anything, you would have 5 unposted sessions, and you would have to go back in by clicking on this button and say, okay, yes, those students really were there on the 14th. They really were there on the 15th. They were there on the 16th. And I worked with them on all those days. And then that process of posting is confirming that you worked with the students on all those days that you were scheduled to work with the students. This is what you have to take care of before you can generate your reports using this button over here. Now you'll notice my calendar is blank. Well, that's for 2 reasons. One, it's July, so I don't have any students. 2, I haven't created any sessions. To create sessions, you use this little green plus sign up here in the corner. And it says add a session. It will bring you to a screen where you can customize the session. You can tell it what time of day you're working with the students, which students you're working with. In order to specify which students, you will need to have already added your students over here in this window. You can tell them if you're working with one student at a time or an entire group. And you can select the type of service. Typically, for a typical teacher's needs within this system, you'll want to select personal care, and the type would be group personal care. Now, I don't have any students, so I can't select a group of students for personal care, but that is what the district or the special education department of the district recommends that you select. If you want to customize your calendar a little bit, maybe looking at an entire month's worth of sessions is a little overwhelming, you can select month, which is what we're looking at now. You can look at just a week, or you can look at a day. So they have standard calendar customization options within this MSB calendar to help you out as you get organized in that area. So that is the MSB interface. Remember, when you're done working in MSB, you do want to come over here and click Log Out. And don't forget to create your bookmark. Sorry, I think I'm having a little bit of an allergy day here. So yeah, don't forget to create your MSB bookmark. And if you need a reminder about how to create those bookmarks, there's a video on creating them in Chrome, in Firefox, and in Internet Explorer within the introductory section of this course. So go review that so that you'll have easy access to MSB all year long.